Today we will go over in lesson one basic understanding of computer programming. It is all around us, and it is an important concept and topic to cover when we talk about technology. The learning objectives for this lesson will be students will be able to use and understand various technology systems in Khan Academy, use computer applications effectively and appropriately, transfer current knowledge to learning of new technologies, apply existing technology to generate new ideas, products, or processes, use age-appropriate um, drawing applications, using Web 2.0 tools to create simple programming language. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to do and understand those things. So what is computer programming? Most people don't know how a computer actually works. What is behind it? We take a look at the screens, and we push buttons, and we click on icons and things of that nature, but we don't really understand what's happening behind the computer, what's making those things, what's happening with those things. There are procedures, processes, commands, and or algorithms that we don't see, with ones and zeros telling the computer what to do. So that is computer programming, and lots of people don't know about it. That is a really important topic. Where is computer programming? Where can we find this? We can find it all around us. There are different examples, and the basis that makes up programming could be found in microwaves, calculators, Microsoft Excel, mathematics, music composition, and even designing a house. You can find computer programming all around us, and once we finish this lesson, you'll start to understand how you can see computer programming where you live. So what's the definition of computer programming? The Business Dictionary defines computer programming as the process of developing and implementing various sets of instructions to enable a computer to do a certain task. These instructions are considered computer programs, and they help the computer to operate smoothly. The language used to program computers is not understood by an untrained eyes, and lots of people don't know the computer programming languages that their computers use. But here's a simple definition. I took this, and I took that major definition, I broke it down to a smaller definition, one that's easier to understand. Computer programming is the process of developing a language and set of instructions that tell a computer what to do. And so I want you to focus on process, developing, language, instruction, computer, and do. What are some types of computer programming languages? You have Perl, you have JavaScript, you have Visual Basic, C++, Pascal, XML, you have Java. You have so many different languages that are used to create these applications and tools that we use on computers. And we're going to learn just the basics of what these programming languages are made up of. In order to understand this, we're going to go over a few vocabulary words that is essential to understanding programming. So process. A process is a series of actions or steps taken to achieve an end. A procedure, a series of actions conducted in a certain order. And order is very important when you think about computer programming. So I want to highlight that. Very, very important when you think about that. Algorithm. We've all heard of Google's algorithms. An algorithm is an ordered set of steps to solve a problem. So here you go with the word order again. And order is very, very, very important. So I want to highlight that also. Okay. Next, so the first three vocabulary words: process, procedure, and algorithm. The next set of vocabulary words are also really important. Syntax, a connected or orderly system. There goes that word orderly again. Orderly system, we'll underline that. Or arrangement of parts or elements. And then we have input. Input, information that is put into a computer or operated on. We just want to fix that there. Operated on. And an output. Output, something such as power, energy, or information in this, as we talk about programming that is produced by a machine or system. So we have inputs and we have outputs. We have syntax, we have process, we have procedure, and we have algorithm. We're just going to jump into a few simple examples of the fundamentals of programming. So I'm going to jump to Microsoft Excel on my computer. If I can just pull it up. And I want to go over um, a small example of programming using Excel. So here I've already created the syntax and the language using the language that I want to create some type of output. So in the column and fields in the column A, we have the input columns. And in column B, we have the output column. So whatever I put in here should give me something here. So what I've done is predefined inputs. So if you look down at the bottom, it says copy input. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to drop it in one of the input cells. And I just want to say hi. And automatically, I've programmed Excel to give me, if I say hi, respond and say hello. Next, I'm going to copy the second input and what is your name, and I'm going to put that in the second input box, and let's see what output I get. What is your name? My name is Dwayne. Well, I could have also typed this in as well. I could say hi, and it gives me hello. What is your name? My name is Dwayne. How did I do this? Well, I knew that I knew what my output would be, so I used this formula or programmed Microsoft Excel to give me a specific output based on a specific input. So, and this is really simple. You could, if I want to recreate this, I could modify my code and say, instead of saying hello when I say hi, I'm going to change this little piece of text right here, and I'm going to have it say hi, exclamation mark. So now if I type in hi, it gives me hi, exclamation mark. If I want to go back in and modify this programming code or this formula, I would then go in, and let's say I want to say, instead of it saying hi, I say hello, and it tells me it asks me a question, how are you? So now I'm going to type in hello, and it gives me how are you. So this is how programming languages work. You understand what you want it to do. You have an input or a variable, and there's some type of language or language you put together to allow the computer to operate. So this is simple programming in Excel. Let's go back. There's also programming in mathematics. This is a formula or an equation. 1 minus 1 equals 0. This is the input, and there's an output. I could also do that in Excel as well. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Again, there's this specific set way of creating the equation for math. And programming is very much similar to mathematical equations. There's an input and you get an output. This is a more complicated mathematical equation where there's x minus 5 plus 1 times x gives me 5. So I know that there's a variable here and there's some output. So syntax is very, very important. I want to bring everyone's attention to programming language syntax. Syntax is defined as the arrangement of words as elements in a sentence to show their relationship. So when you talk about programming, and you guys will learn this in the video coming up, programming is very, very, very dependent on syntax and the way you put together your characters and what you want the output to be. So you have to learn the language and the syntax that the language uses. So how you put together the symbols and the words to give you some type of output. So directions. Everyone's going to receive a handout via email. So I will send you the instructions. We've gone over the learning objectives, which are right here, and this is lesson number 1. So I want everyone to take a look at the task list, and there are various links that you'll need to click on. There's a link for, and I want you to follow these in sequential order, because if you do not, you won't be able to understand the content and navigate the content properly. So you'll first click on what is computer programming. You'll then click on read how to learn programming in Khan Academy. Then you will study how to draw simple shapes using programming language in Khan, and then you will go to study how to draw figures using code, and then you will review the discussion questions that we will use as a guide when we all meet in the classroom. So you will have this handout. You will all watch this video as task number 1, and then you'll follow in sequential order the tasks. All right. And by the end of this, you guys should have a basic understanding of computer programming, and you should be able to draw simple shapes, and we will have an assessment that will be done online. And I'm looking forward to seeing everyone in class.